Back in 2014, a group of Egyptians put demands to the government to sue Israel for the plagues mentioned in this week's Parsha. They insisted that the people of Egypt did not deserve to pay for the mistakes that Pharaoh committed, and that Hashem only placed those plagues on Egypt because of the Jews. They wanted to further sue us for the precious materials used to construct the Mishkan. They were actually quite explicit in the compensation they wanted, saying, we took their gold, silver, copper, precious stones, fabrics, hides, and lumber, and other materials mentioned in the Torah. In 2003, they prepared a similar lawsuit against all the Jews of the world, alleging that the value of precious metals alone that we took out of Egypt is valued in the trillions of dollars, and that's before interest. Cases like this have been coming up every now and then. In fact, the Talmud tells us about the court of Alexander the Great, who once presided over a similar trial where the Egyptian claims were eventually defeated by counterclaims, calculating the back wages due for the 600,000 slaves over 400 years and demanding payment first. The Egyptians did the math and fled. Okay, so they owe us more than we owe them. But why did we take it in the first place? If you look closer, you will see that this emptying out of Egypt was such a priority that Hashem insisted that we go door to door collecting. Rashi explains that Hashem insisted that we should become rich in order to fulfill his deal he made with Abraham Avinu, that your descendants will be strangers in a strange land, be enslaved, etc. And afterwards they will leave with great wealth. Chassidus explains that the taking of all of Egypt's wealth was part of Hashem's master plan, so that all the wealth be there with us when we receive the Torah, because it's at that time when we get our mission statement on what to do with the wealth. In fact, that's the reason all the wealth was created in the first place, for us to use for mitzvahs and to do everything the Torah tells us to. And that's also the reason why years earlier there was a famine in the rest of the world, so that the wealth of the entire world should come down to Egypt, in order to come out of Egypt and be with us at the giving of the Torah, and then use it to build the Mishkan, the temple we use in the desert, and for all other mitzvahs. Which is why Hashem blessed Avram with all the wealth in the first place. I believe this lawsuit surfaces every once in a while to remind us that collecting wealth is not a means unto itself. We have a mission statement to constantly refine the world, to always see how we can improve and make the world into the beautiful garden it was intended to be. To use that wealth to increase in acts of goodness and kindness, teaching Torah and doing mitzvahs, making the world ready for Mashiach. May Hashem bless each and every one of us to never lose sight of that mission. May we be blessed with endless wealth, using it to better the world in best of health, filled with happiness, nachas, prosperity, success, and an abundance of all good things.